What is up, guys? It's Brillymister here, and welcome to... It's probably going to be a bit of a different video from the usual ones. I've been saying that a lot lately, but you know, it's going to be... It's not one of my main series, it's going to be a standalone video. So I want to talk to you today about the differences kind of between YouTube and Twitch and my experiences so far. So I've been back on YouTube for nearly a year now, plus I did nearly a year back in like 2012, but we'll ignore that. And I've been streaming on Twitch for about 2 months now, and I just hit affiliate on there, which is pretty awesome anyway. So yeah, go follow me on Twitch if you haven't followed me on Twitch. And there's also a link to the Discord server all in the description down below, so go check them all out. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is the main differences between my personal experience using the two platforms and like the interaction I've got with you guys. So we'll start with YouTube because that's the one I'm definitely more experienced on and what I've done more of. And as well, you probably know, I'm quite close to hitting the 1,000 subscribers now. I'm at like 898 or something at the time of filming this. It might have been ticked over 900 by the time this actually goes live, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you everyone that has subscribed. So YouTube is the one that I always focused on. Twitch is fairly new, and it's kind of more like less directly involved. Like, you get the comments and everything from you guys, and it's really cool and awesome seeing everyone's comments down below, but it's like less of a direct interaction. Like, you don't have a conversation to Twitch, and you end up with more of a polished final sort of video rather than kind of just it happening organically as you go along. It's more scripted. I'm going to go scripted, yeah. So like some of my guides and stuff like that, I've written out the sort of scripts and stuff beforehand exactly, so I would say they're definitely scripted. But even not, when you're making the video, you know what you're going to be doing and what I've been going to be making the video about before that, and quite a lot more sort of time almost goes into it. So for the project rebuild, for example, like the clips, I could be saving up clips for like 2 to 3 weeks of gameplay and like countless hours of PVM and stuff like that, just to get enough clips for like one 6 or 7 minute episode. Whereas with streaming, you could sort of stream that whole sort of period, and you get interaction and chatting with people the whole way through. So with YouTube, you do end up with a lot more of a polished product, I think, compared to Twitch. I can't really compare the sort of money people make between the two because as of yet, well, I make nothing off of YouTube because you got to hit 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. I'm not hit the 1,000 subscribers, and I'm about halfway to the 4,000 watch hours, so I'm nowhere near making any kind of monetization off of YouTube, which I don't think is actually a massive amount anyway. And I've only just hit Twitch affiliate, so I've got 0 subs and anything like that, nothing yet. All I've made off there is I have actually got £1.94 that someone donated to me on there, so shout out to Dice for dropping £1.94 in at some point. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he did it just so he could have the top spot on the top donators. So money-wise, at the moment, for me personally, both are essentially 0. But I'm sure when you like the bigger YouTubers like Micro and like Ryan from the RS Guy, those kind of people, there is probably some kind of difference, and they have a different preference. I guess I'd say Ryan probably makes more off of Twitch than YouTube, and Micro probably makes more off YouTube than Twitch, but that is a guess. I could be completely wrong. I have literally no idea what they make off anything. So if we go on to Twitch, it's kind of more, it makes actually playing the game more enjoyable, because as you're playing along, you've got people there that are chatting and interacting with you. You'll be like soloing a boss or something like that, and there'll be people that want to come join you, and you can quite often find yourself doing something completely different to what you originally thought you were going to do. Like, I was on my Iron Man just doing like farm runs and just general Iron Man gains the other day. Next thing, I went and got myself a Reaper task, and I had 2 people there helping me through my Reaper task, which was absolutely amazing. Cheers for the help, by the way. And then next thing I knew, they were all there. We were trying to get a Beastmaster team together, and I was trying to get into a Beastmaster kill. Like, that's not something that I would normally have done without streaming, if that makes sense. So you interact and do a lot of things that I find I wouldn't necessarily do if I wasn't streaming. It's also pushed me to improve on my main sort of PVM wise as well, like soloing necks and stuff like that, just more interesting stuff. that kind of is YouTube as well. Like YouTube in general has made me do a lot more PVM on my main. I kind of used to just be sort of a skiller on that, and I would like occasionally go to God Wars 2 or maybe go to like QBD or something for a little bit, but I would never ever try something like Nex or Arax or anything like that. And since starting on YouTube starting back on YouTube like 9 months to a year ago, like I've definitely done more PVM. Like I managed to finish off a whole tier 90 weapon at Araxor, got like 2 Kopeshes, and I've taught myself to solo Nex, although not very well. I'm going to be honest, I'm not great at solo Nex still. That's one that is still in the works, and I'm going to resume it once I've got a bit further on my Iron Man and the games slow down a little bit on the Iron Man. But either way, the community on both is absolutely amazing, but again, very, very different. And I'm not sure, to be honest, how many overlap. I'm not sure how many people that are subscribed on YouTube follow on Twitch, and I'm not sure how many people that follow on Twitch are subscribed on YouTube. I don't think they actually overlap that much, which is pretty cool that it's like different people. But yeah, they are very different platforms, but both very, very enjoyable. I'd say that looking at it now, streaming is probably the easier of the two to get into. So all you need to do is basically download like Streamlabs, click go live, and you can stream. You don't have to set up an interface or anything like that. You can if you want. I actually found that pretty challenging. I had to watch quite a lot of guides on YouTube on how to set up and sort out like a stream interface kind of thing. Whereas YouTube, you need to sort of get like some editing software of some kind, teach yourself basic editing skills. Like I do not know how to do any kind of special effects for that, but I know like basic editing skills now. I can like cut clips and remove and change audio and that kind of thing, but I definitely couldn't like edit a movie or anything like that. But you know, I can get the basic editing skills, and that's something that I guess improves over time with it, and that's something that you don't get through the streaming. So if I want to come to a verdict on it, if it's something that any of you guys have been thinking about doing, chuck yourself straight in, like 100% go for it. Like your first few videos are probably going to be pretty dodgy on YouTube. Like I mean, if you go back to any of my stuff from 2012, the quality of it's all horrendous. And even like my first couple of months since I returned in 2019, like looking back at the quality of that now, it is really, really poor quality videos and poor quality editing and everything, even the titles, compared to where I'm at now. And yeah, but it's definitely something I would recommend. Definitely try streaming if you haven't already tried streaming. It is really enjoyable, and you make lots of new friends. I've made a lot of new friends through YouTube and streaming that I wouldn't necessarily had. Before I started it, I was kind of like almost a solo player. I barely spoke to anyone, like occasionally a few people in my clan, that kind of thing, and now I'm constantly interacting and chatting with people, and it has made the game as a whole a lot more enjoyable, and it's definitely something I would recommend to anyone to try. So I think I'm going to pretty much round it up here, as I wouldn't say one platform's better than the other. They both have their pros and their cons, but they are both really enjoyable things to do, and I'd definitely recommend them. So until next time, see ya. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon, and drop a follow on Twitch if you haven't already. Link to the Discord server in the description down below, and until next time, see ya.